Good morning. I'm trying to take the lid off the drink, and there's no lid on the drink. Oh, it's going to be a long day. Let me wipe my screen off. Okay. I'm trying to think. So this is the deal. Let me let some more people join. Okay. Grab your Celtic salt because we might need it. $82 minerals. I've been doing it for a while now. And wait a minute. I got to figure out how many days. Hang on. I'm on a roll, y'all. I think it's 45 days, but I forgot how to look. Hang on. Hang on just a second. How does it tell? It told me. I have been consciously eating healthy since August the 11th. I have been making the best decision I can make in every single thing that goes into my mouth. Does that mean that I haven't had a cupcake? Yes, I've had a cupcake because it's not about going on this incredible strict diet where you have to sit it out and not eat a cupcake. No, it's about balance. It's about a lifestyle change. So yes, but I have made good decisions since August the 11th. And I'm taking 82 minerals in the mornings. And I started B12. I can tell a difference. And I started my hormones because I'm in menopause. So I do feel like 100,000% better. I have felt better by eating healthy. And I'm going to tell you, so just because I'm eating healthy does not mean that I'm not eating out. I eat out. This is not something I'm proud of. I shouldn't do this. I probably need to work on this. But I treat myself to lunch almost every day. But dadgum, it's like $20. I'm like, Judy, you got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing this. But I have learned how to eat healthy when I go out to eat. And I like to go out to eat. I enjoy it. And so I've learned there's 5 or 6 restaurants around town that I have researched their menu and researched their macros and all that stuff to know what is good, but also healthy and what a good choice is. And so I have treated myself because you guys tell me to take care of myself. And I do. Believe it or not, I do. And so I have learned how to go and treat myself to different things and not be left out. And I've also learned how to cook and not have to cook me something totally separate that I cook Larry and Shane. I've learned how to eat in moderation. Now, I will tell you that was a little bit hard because, believe it or not, the portion size that is healthy is not very big. If you eat spaghetti, you just put you a bunch of spaghetti, but it's actually I don't know if you're like me. I mean, my spaghetti size is like this big, and I've learned that that's 3 portions. So I have to go to this big. I'm like, wow, that's not very much food. But I've learned how to be satisfied. And I've even learned how someone on my Judy's Journey, I can't remember the name of the page, but Judy's journey. Anyway, they told me about putting dressing on the side. And I see people do that. And I'm like, that's so stupid. Why do they do that? But I decided to try it. So I get like regular ranch dressing. I put it on the side and I barely dip my salad in it. And believe it or not, I don't eat very much. And I'm completely satisfied because there's ranch on every single bite. And so I'm learning to make these changes that I'm hoping will be lifestyle changes. And one thing that I'm realizing is I used to indulge myself, especially, this is disgusting, but I used to indulge myself in raw cookie dough. I would go through these like moments where like my whole body would crave it and I would gorge myself with raw cookie dough. So by the time the cookie was done, I couldn't eat it because I was about to vomit from eating raw cookie dough. And I would gorge myself. And I'm like, okay, the main thing is not to gorge yourself with any meal anymore because that's what gets you in trouble, Judy, because you go off the deep end. So it's about moderation with every single meal. It doesn't mean that you can't eat, I don't know, a baked potato with sour cream and butter. It's just you've got to eat in moderation and don't eat bread with it or whatever. So I'm really working hard because eating disorder has been on my forehead in big letters flashing my entire life. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm like, Judy, lifestyle change, not up and down. So I'm trying really hard to go, okay, Judy, you got this. This up and down yo-yo crap. And when you look at me, you're like, oh, she's not that big. Okay, well, let me just tell you, I'm up and down like 50 pounds all the time. Up, down, up. I don't stay up very long for you to even notice that I've gotten fat. It's like crazy. So I've really have tried to make these lifestyle changes. When I started having hot flashes, I was like, okay, I need to go to the doctor. That's part of taking care of yourself. When something aches and something hurts, it's like, okay, I need to go figure this out. My sciatic nerve, I'm struggling with, but I got to figure it out because it's still hurting me to this day. But it's about taking care of yourself, listening to your body. How do you feel? How do you physically feel? It also is about what you see in the mirror. But for me, sometimes my eyes lie to me. And so when you have a struggle, I see that my Wi-Fi is slow. Am I stalling or anything? Am I stalling or am I blurry or? Okay, I'm good. Okay. So, my eyes lie to me often. I look in the mirror and I see something totally different. And it's so funny because in the years that I've been going through this crap in my brain, it's like I can remember taking pictures and feeling like obese. Years later, I see that picture and I'm like, I remember taking that picture and I thought I was so fat. And look at me, I'm not. So my brain lies to me. So I can't always trust what I think that I see, but I can trust how I feel inside. What are you feeling? Do you feel lean? Do you feel, are your blue jeans fitting you? Are they, if they're too tight, you probably need to cut back a little bit. If they're too big, you probably are going off the deep end. It's about balance. But just because in order to create balance, you're going to feel yourself go like this because that's normal. With mental health, physical health, emotional health, you're like this. But the important thing is to catch yourself as you get out of balance and pull yourself back and not let yourself stay out of balance for too long. That is the key. So I'm taking my glasses off and becoming blind. All right. Today it is pouring down raining and I am doing nothing with myself as far as my hair. So because I'm going to go out there and get soaking wet. Yesterday, when I was trying to create what I was going to talk to you guys about this morning, I was on this path of what I thought I was going to talk about. And I ended up, as I was meditating this morning on what I needed to talk about, my mind was going in an opposite direction. So I have no idea what's fixing to come out of my mouth. Okay. And that happens often. I feel like this morning, I feel like I am under constant attack. And this morning, when I was sitting there going, my life is chaotic every single day. And I was sitting there thinking in my head, I'm like, why am I under so much attack? Like, what the crap? Like, I'm just trying to make it in this world and I'm under attack. Why? And as I was sitting there thinking about being under attack every single day, I was like, oh, I think I know what's going on. I feel like God is using me to share his goodness, right? I feel like that. I feel like God gives us a purpose in life. And I feel like that he is throwing curveballs at me. That's what I feel like. I feel maybe it's not God throwing the curveballs at me. And I don't really like to talk about religion so much because not all of us believe the same things, and that's okay. I'm just talking about myself. But it's almost as if I'm under attack because he's trying to give me lessons to bring to you. So this is all your fault, okay? It's train wreck that I'm going through every single day is because I'm supposed to be learning from it. But then, as I was sitting there this morning thinking about what I was talking to you about, is I was like, when I was thinking, my life is so chaotic every single day. Why? And I was thinking about it, and I was like, is it me? Am I the common denominator to this chaos? Is it the way, you know how I tell you guys, in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to look within? Hang on a second. You have to look within, right? You have to go, what's my ownership in this chaos? You know what I'm talking about? You know how we want to go, this chaos is because I'm having to, take care of Larry because my brother is a drug addict. I can't sell Larry's property, and Shane, blah, blah. Like we point the finger in other directions. But see, being the best version of yourself is not pointing the finger in the other direction. It's pointing the finger at the common denominator. So as I was sitting there this morning, I was like, am I causing this chaos? Because my life has always been chaotic. So I was sitting there thinking about it this morning, and I was like, everyone has chaos in their life every day. Most days, you got crap. You got crap in your family. You got crap at work. You got crap in your relationship at home with your spouse. Like it's not like it's just me. So, like, is it me and the way I'm handling things? So I thought in my head, that's what I'll talk about today, is my crap. Because many a times, you know, my family used to, I don't think they made fun of me on purpose. Maybe they did, because, me and my brothers were kids, and they used to go, Judy exaggerates everything. And that PTSD lives with me to this day. It jacks my head up. I mean, jacks me up when someone says, you exaggerate. Like, my kids will do it sometimes. Like, growing up, if my son did something wrong, I called my brother. And I would talk to my brother about it. And then my son would find out that I talked to my brother about it. You got the biggest mouth. You tell everything. And I was like, but it's my brother. Like, I need to talk about it. Mom and dad are not here. Like, I you know what I mean? And so, like, it would trigger me when someone would say you exaggerate or you have a big mouth. It would trigger me into this spiral of PTSD and this trauma that I had when I was younger. Now, did my family think that it would cause PTSD when they would say those things to me? I don't think so. I think my family loves me. I think it has to do with my personality, like that. Maybe when someone says something negative to me, instead of me, like, Shane is the type of person, when someone says, like, for example, I can remember a couple of years ago when we went back to, no, I hadn't gone back to Stapleton. I remember one of his coworkers that had not seen Shane in a while, he said, buddy, you've put on weight. And Shane just, I didn't put on weight, and he don't think another thing about it. If I walked into a job and someone said to me, wow, Judy, you've put on some weight, I would flip my lid. I would come back to the house and I would be crying in the bed, like, so jacked up. I would be flipping my lid. Where Shane is just like, I ain't gained no weight. Look at you. You're fat. And I would handle it totally different than the way Shane handles it. Shane doesn't really worry about what other people think of him. I don't know if it's because he's so confident, but he don't really stress about it. He's able to get in an argument with somebody, and 5 minutes later, he's good. He's like shooting them the middle finger and like, screw you, I don't care. Judy, if me and someone got in an argument, I'm going to sit here and obsess about it, try to figure out how to fix it. Like, I'm going to go to bed at night and not be able to sleep over it. Like, it's going to affect me. Where Shane, 5 minutes later, he's good and he's gone about his business and he's got him a full night's sleep. But for me, my brain doesn't work like that. So I began to think about, like, what is going on with me in this chaos. And I've learned in counseling, I've learned that when my brain feels sick, let's just say, I've learned to go, I need to check the facts. Because my brain is not like, my brain is like a lot of people, but my brain is not like a lot of people. A lot of people are like Shane and they don't care. Like if someone called you fat right now, are you going to go home and cry? I'm so fat. Are you going to be going to bed and not go, screw you, you're fat too, and not worry about it? I'm not doing that. I'm like flipped out, obsessing about it for months that someone called me fat. So like, what are you, first of all, you've got to figure out, who are you like? Are you like me? Or are you like Shane? Who can you relate to, me or Shane? So if you relate to me, then you're going to get what I'm talking about. If you're relating to Shane, you're going to look at me and go, quit worrying about it. Judy, quit worrying about it. That is the worst thing that you could say to someone. If you would just quit worrying about it, you wouldn't have any problems. But you sit here and obsess about it. See, what happens is someone that is like me, our brains don't work like that. So when you sit here and tell someone to just stop worrying, why do you let stuff like that bother you, Judy? That is a foreign language to me. That's like saying to someone, just quit smoking, just stop. And you're like, it ain't that easy. Why? And I've never smoked in my life. And I'm like, just stop. Or someone that needs to lose weight, just quit freaking eating wrong. Just stop. And you're like, dude, I can't just stop. Or looking at someone that's in addiction and going, you're doing this to yourself. Just stop. That is a foreign language. Okay. That is a total foreign language to someone that has a struggle. It's not that easy. So I'm sitting here today and I'm like, this morning, and I was like, you have chaos in your life every flippin' day, Judy. Is it you? Is it the way you handle things? Is it because you're exaggerating? So anytime my brain says that to myself, I know, because I've had enough counseling, I need to check the facts. So today, as I was sitting here this morning, I go, okay, let's check the facts. Okay. So I was sitting here, and yesterday morning, I told you guys that if somebody had booked a tour or booked a field trip with me, I'm going to go ahead and go through with it, right? Even though I'm having to kind of slow down. So yesterday, I had done, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I took my incubators into a school. I go to this school every year, and these preschoolers do, during farm week, they do an incubation project with me. So yesterday, I was supposed to go to the school and take the breeders because their baby chicks are hatching today. And I read my book. I take some animals. Last year I took the piglets. This year I took the rabbits. And so I got up yesterday morning. I went in there and gave Larry his medicine, gave him something to drink, told him I was going to let my chickens out and I'll be back in a minute to give him his breakfast. And so I go out there. I'm sort of in a hurry. I'm letting chickens out, making sure everybody has water. I'm going to say I was gone 20 minutes. Okay. I was I'd done most of the chores the night before because I knew I was going to be in a hurry to go to the school. So I come back inside, and Larry's standing there with blood all over him. And he was standing up, and he was taking lotion in his hand, and he was putting on this bloody arm. And I was like, what is he doing? And I said, what are you doing? I bumped into the wall, and I was like, I bumped into the wall, and I was like, dang, did you crash at 100 miles an hour? Like, what the? And so I said, well, putting lotion on a wound like that is going to set you on fire. That's going to sting. Get in the bed. So he got in the bed. He had blood all in the bed. And I was like, immediately, I'm in panic because I got to go to a school. And luckily, I had asked Kayla to come work in the farm. So Kayla was planning to come here to work in the farm while I go to the school, but I wasn't going to be at the school very long. And I thought Larry would be okay because Kayla would be coming back. Kayla was going to come in and check on him and then go out there and work. And I went to total chaos in my head when that happened. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta text the school because I didn't know, did he need stitches? Do I need to go to the ER? Like, what the heck? And I'm in chaos. And I immediately text the school and said, I'm waiting on my dad's nurse to call me back. I don't know if I'm going to have to take my dad to the ER. Bear with me. I will bring the breeders at some point today, but I don't know if I can bring my animals and read the book to the children. And then, so I was in chaos with my brain when I saw Larry. Then I was in chaos with my brain going, oh my God, all these kids are thinking I'm coming to the school and now I can't go to the school. And I'm spinning out of control. I'm just, I'm spinning. I called Kayla. I said, Kayla, I don't need you to work in the farm today. I need you to come inside and stay with Larry. I thought that it was okay to go outside for 20 minutes, and because I have been doing this, but I'm realizing now that what's happening is all these accidents are happening when I'm not present. So he broke his tailbone. He broke his transverse reverse processor bone when I wasn't present. He has all these wounds when I'm not present. So what's happening is when I'm not around, things are happening that I don't know that are happening. And so I'm realizing that this is getting worse. So my head is in chaos. So when I was checking the facts this morning, I was like, okay, do I have the right to be in chaos? Okay, let me think about this. Yesterday morning, and I'm checking the facts. Okay, yesterday morning, I was in a hurry to go let the chickens out. I come in, Larry has a bloody arm. There's blood all in his bed. I'm trying to go to a school because I'm overextending myself. And so I'm checking the facts. I'm like, okay, well, that really happened. Larry did hurt himself. I'm sitting here waiting on the nurse to tell me whether to go to the ER or not. Okay, that's a fact. So I'm like breaking down the facts. I'm like, okay, is this a fact? Is this a fact? And the reason I have to break down the facts is because it's almost like I don't trust myself. And I have to go, is this really happening? Or is this like, am I just making this crap up? That is some serious PTSD. That is some serious PTSD that needs to be dealt with. And so the nurse, I sent the nurse the video, and she said, Judy, she said, his skin is too thin to do stitches. So I bandaged him up, put some Neosporin on it, bandaged him up. And then Kayla stayed with Larry while I went to the school. And on the way back, I called Kayla because I needed to go to the bank, but I realized I didn't have enough time. I needed to go get my car tags, and I needed to go to the bank. And I realized that I didn't have enough time to do all that because Kayla needed to go pick up her daughter from school. So then I go into chaos mode from that point. And then Kayla goes, Judy, I was taking Larry to the bathroom and he fell into the sink. And it scared me to death. I didn't know what was wrong with him. And he's telling me he's dizzy. And he had done that with me a couple of days before. But he told me he fell into the sink because he was in pain. So I went to, I'm going to have to sell my chickens. I'm going to have to sell my chickens. I'm going to have to sell my peacocks. I'm going to have to sell my ducks. I can't do this anymore. So I went to total chaos because I was feeling overwhelmed. And I was like, if I would just keep my big animals and just sell my chickens and all the poultry, my life would be so much easier on the farm. So then here comes the tears, and I'm bawling my eyes out. I got to get rid of my chickens. I got to get rid of my chickens. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe I got to get rid of my chickens. And I am in total chaos. So then I get home, and God bless Kayla. I'm going to say this. You've got a good worker when you don't have to tell them what to do. Or you've got a best friend when you don't have to tell them. I'm going to start crying and I'm trying to put my makeup on. So when I got home, she comforted me, and then she got up. She didn't say a word. She got up. She got in the side-by-side. She drove to the farm, and she was gone for like an hour. And I was like, what is she doing? She was in my farm taking all the nesting pads, because we did this last week, but it looks like we didn't do anything last week. She takes all the nesting pads and soaks them, only to find an ant bed in my nesting box. She went and did all the water, and she came back inside and she goes, all your water's done and your nesting pads are done. And I was like, so yesterday afternoon, Larry's two bath women came. And let me back up a minute. Before Kayla left, she said, Judy, Larry's pinky, he's bruised all here, and his pinky looks pretty bad. I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the arm, and I was like, oh, crap. So I go in there and look, and it looked like his finger was broken. So the two ladies that gave him a bath came, and I said, I know y'all are not nurses, but I don't know if I need to be worried about any of this. I said, he's saying he didn't fall, but if he didn't fall, he was going 100 miles an hour with this walker and crashed into the wall. And so the ladies came and looked, and they were like, this is going to have his arm is going to have stair strips on it, and it's going to have to be cleaned and bandaged. And then she looked at his pinky and she goes, I think his pinky is broken. So then I go into chaos again. I got to get rid of my chickens. I can't do this. I can't even go outside for 20 minutes and let the chickens out. I'm not making any money. How am I going to pay for this farm? I'm just spinning. I'm spinning. And so she said, basically, when they're on hospice, they don't go to the doctor. I mean, the hospice doctor kind of does it all, and the nurse does it all. So she said, we're just going to get the nurse out here to splint it, bandage him up. And then I noticed that his other pinky was jacked up. And I was like, okay. Did he fall? And is he lying to me? Is he scared to tell me? So before Kayla left, Larry was in his bedroom crying to Kayla. And he was telling Kayla that he didn't want to go to the nursing home. And Kayla's looking at me, and I'm like, why is he crying over that? And so when Kayla left, I walked into the room, and he is bawling like a baby, not wanting to go to the nursing home. And I said, why are you worried about going to the nursing home? And the reason he's worried about going to the nursing home is because I keep reminding him that if he falls and breaks something, they're probably going to refer him to rehab for 3 weeks. I don't mean to the nursing home to stay, but they're going to refer him to the nursing home. So I think in his head, he fell. And he's scared to tell anybody because he doesn't want to go to the nursing home. So then my brain starts spinning again, because then Shane calls, I'm crying, Larry's crying, and Shane's like, what happened? And I'm like having to relive the story and tell it all over again. I'm like, I'm just going to have to get rid of my chickens. I can't do this. I can't even. And Shane was like, Judy, you're going to have to hire someone to help you full time. And I'm like, but I spent all Larry's money at the nursing home because it was, and I have to say this is off subject. I'm really mad at our system and the way they treat seniors. I'm really mad. Hang on. Because the nursing home costs $10,600 a month. The nursing home does. An assisted living is $7,600. And I told you guys that my son is in a performance next week, and I was looking for help with Larry. And then the hospice, I feel like this powder is way too light. Anyway, I really need to go to Ulta. Oh, look like I shouldn't have even done anything. So I called this agency. They do background checks on caregivers, and they're going to help me Saturday and Sunday so that I can go see my son perform. $28.60 to hire a caregiver. How is a someone that's elderly supposed to get help? And if Larry did not have me, okay, his money has been exhausted because he was in the nursing home for 4 months. So $10,600 times 4, Larry's money is gone pretty much. And if Larry didn't have me, when it went to Medicaid, and Medicaid goes, well, in order for him to be approved by Medicaid, y'all have to sell this property that his name is on. And if Larry did not have me, then Larry can't sell that property because I have a family member that is very sick, which we've talked about before, that is homeless, that we cannot get in touch with to sell the property. So I call a lawyer to find out how we sell this property because Larry needs the money. How do we sell this property without this family member signing? Oh, we can do that. It'll be $20,000. Oh, well, let me just get that money out of my back pocket because I put it in my wallet. I have $20,000 that I just walk around with at all times in my back pocket. And I'll give you $20,000 to sell the property. And guess what? The family member that's got us in this predicament still gets $50,000 of the property value. And me and Greg, my other brother, they subtract out the money and we're stuck. So I'm probably fixing to have to hire this lawyer to do that if things continue to get worse. So I sit here and think about an elderly person. I'm like, wait a minute, it costs $10,600 to go to a nursing home. It costs $7,600 to go to assisted living. It costs $28.60 to hire a caregiver to come help me. He can't sell his property, and so Medicaid denies him. And if he didn't have me, where would Larry be right now? Larry has no kids. The only family member he has is his brother, and his brother is his age as well. So you tell me what would happen to Larry if he did not have Shane and I. And to top it off, to think about Medicaid was going to take his life insurance. And guess how much they give him a month for me to take care of him if he gets approved by Medicaid? $30. Don't you love our system and how great they treat the elderly? It makes me want to punch someone in the face and go, what do you got to say about our people that need to be taken care of? I feel so sorry for the elderly. And I know I'm going to be there one day. It's the saddest thing. So, needless to say, as I'm sitting here this morning going, okay, Judy, your life is chaotic every single day. Like every single day. And so I was sitting there this morning. I'm like, are you causing this? Let's check the facts. Okay, what happened yesterday? And I'm breaking down what happened. And it seems so chaotic because there's even more to the story that I hadn't even told you guys. I've told a little bit of it, but I'll just make it. I'm not going to go into details. But in August, when Larry was in the nursing home, they told me to take some of the money and pay off Larry's car. Larry owed a lot of money on his car. I shouldn't have let him bought that, but that's another story. But anyway, so I went and got a cashier's check for over $20,000. I'll just say that. And sent it to Toyota to pay off Larry's car. To make a long story short, the check was deposited and Toyota didn't get it. So since August, I am on the phone losing my crap with Wells Fargo and Toyota, going, there is a check somewhere because it's been cleared. And so I'm fighting that. So I'm like, as I'm checking the facts, I'm like, okay, what happened yesterday? Well, I was on the phone with Wells Fargo for like an hour and a half. I was on the phone with Toyota trying to figure out where this flipping check is. And no one cares. And my dad, in the meantime, may have fallen, or he's either crashed into the wall at going 100 miles an hour. And I'm trying to let the chicken, I'm like, it is chaotic. I checked the facts. It's total crap. It's total crap. In the meantime, I'm having a reel that's going viral on Facebook. It's going viral. And as I'm going through all this all day yesterday, my phone is blowing up with notifications. I don't know if y'all have had a chance, the people on Facebook, if you've had a chance to read the comments on the reel that's gone viral. At first, I was laughing. I was like, these comments are killing me. Like, the comments are like, how about shut your damn ass? You're like, how about shutting your big damn ass up? What he's doing is he's digging grave to put you in the grave. Like, god awful comments, okay? And as I'm going through Larry bleeding, me trying to go to a school, trying to figure out whether there's 22, my phone is blowing up, and I'm glancing at the comments going, really? Really? So then I had to break that down. And I had to go, okay, God, what are you trying to teach me? Because you say you're not going to give me enough that I can't handle. Well, God, we at the ticking point, okay? I'm about to blow my gasket. Like, help me. Hold my hand, help me. My phone is blowing up with all these mean comments. My dad has fallen. My dad's in the bedroom crying. I don't know where this $20,000 is, and I'm about to flip my lid. So, what are you trying to teach me? So, I sat down and I said, let's pause. You say it all the time, Judy. Let's pause. So, I began to pause and I allowed myself 10 minutes to bawl my eyes out. So, I set a timer for 10 minutes and said, okay, Judy, you got 10 minutes to cry and feel sorry for yourself. So for 10 minutes, I was like, God, my life sucks. Oh my God, I got to get rid of my chickens. Oh my God. For 10 minutes, I just lost it. And then I was like, all right, Judy, timer is up. Take a breath. And what are you supposed to be learning for this? And suddenly, as my phone was going off with all these negative comments, it was almost as it was, even though they were negative comments, it was almost as if God was like, every time my phone would go off, it was like God was giving me peace. I got you. I got you. It's going to be okay. And my phone was, I think I have, let me go look. I think there's like almost 1,000 comments. So you can imagine how much my phone was. I'll just say 1,000. So every time my phone would go off, instead of reading the comment per se, it was like God was going, I got you. I got you. My phone was blowing up. I got you. And as my phone was blowing up and I replaced you POS, you want to say I'm going in the ground, blah, blah, instead of comment, I was gaining by pausing and trying to figure out what I was supposed to be learning from this. Every time my phone went off, I was getting chills. And the reason is because as a creator, the more likes and the more comments you get more money. Earlier, I was saying to myself, oh God, I got to get rid of my chickens. Chickens are my life, y'all. I love my chickens. And I was telling myself, I've got to get rid of my chickens. I can't even go outside. I'm not making any money. I'm not doing it. I can't breathe. And I was just chaos. And then when I paused and go, what is happening? Why are these people mean to me? Why is this happening with Larry? It's like chills were going through me because God was going, I got you. I got you. Every time that phone would go off, and it was going off constantly, and it was going, I got you. I got you. And the reason I say that is because every time those mean people were commenting and God was reminding me that he was close beside me, my numbers were going up. And instead of looking at all the negative comments, I went out there to see how much money I had made off that reel. And it brought tears to my eyes because my chickens is what I was thinking about. My chickens were getting fed off that reel. And it was almost as if I got the peace to know that he's in control. And I got the peace to know that this farm was not started by Judy Sneed. I've never wanted a chicken, a pig, a donkey, a farm ever in my life. That was not my childhood dream. That's disgusting to me. Chicken poop is disgusting to me. This is Judy, okay? Hang on. Wait a minute. What did I do with them? Hang on. Help me, Jesus. Hang on. What did I do with them? Oh, I can't see. I can't find them. This is Judy, okay? This is who Judy is. I'm just gonna stick these on. This is Judy. I'm glittery. I'm a girly girl. My other earring fell off. I'm a girly girl. I want to fix up. I want to have pretty diamonds on. I want to have pretty lipstick on. I wear high heels. That is Judy. I don't want a farm. So it is obvious, if you've known me my whole life, I'm not a farm girl. So I know in my brain that my farm was not started by me. The success that this farm has had has nothing to do with me. Because I snotted on myself again. This farm was started because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be sharing my testimony. What does mental health have to do with a farm? Do you see other farmers going live talking about mental health? No. Okay? God has this plan for Sneed's Farmhouse, and you cannot convince me that he's going to let me fail at this hard point in my life. And yesterday, I got reminded of who's in control. Here they are. I got reminded of who's in control. I did. And if it was up to me, I wouldn't even have chickens to begin with. And as I broke things down yesterday and I thought about all that's happening, this is me. I'm glittery. Okay? I'm a girly girl. Girly girl. But as I sat here yesterday and saw all that was happening, you know how family comes first, you know? And I thought how blessed I am, number one, to have Kayla to help me. Number two, to have a farm where I can go have peace because my farm provides peace for me. And me closing my farm to the public, it's almost like God gave me my farm back to myself. Because I kind of lost, when you get in the hustle bustle of life, it's hard to see your blessings. When you walk in and your dad's bloody and you don't know if he fell or not, he's got a broken finger, and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot deal with this anymore. That's the moment that you need to stop and call out and go, what am I supposed to be learning from this? And it is hard to stop in the middle of chaos and go, what am I supposed to be learning from this? Because this sucks. It truly sucks. It so sucks. And then when you see the big picture and all the things that you're supposed to be learning, you realize what you thought was chaos, that God is using you to spread his goodness. And I almost feel like that God allows me to go through all that I go through, not that I'm a preacher, because I'm far from a preacher, but I feel like, you know, when I'm on YouTube, YouTube gives you details about who follows you. I mean, they don't tell you, they tell you the age range, the race, the country they live in, and majority of people that follow me are 65 and older. And I feel like God is allowing all this to happen with Larry and myself to help the people that need to hear it, hear it. You know, like so many times in life, we're taught, you know, save your money, blah, 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 blah. And then when you get of age and you realize they take it all from you, and you've worked so hard to save your money for your grandkids or your children, or you've had this land your whole life and you want to hand it down to your whatever. It don't happen like that. You need to do something now. If you want to hand something down to your children, you need to do it now. Because if you wait, it's going to be too late. It has to be out of your name for 6 years. And I feel like that God is using Larry and I to help y'all. And is helping us too, because we're learning lessons too. I would have never thought they would take your life insurance. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm sure it's different in every state. Okay? I'm just telling you what's happening here in North Alabama. So don't bank on everything that I say. You need to go check your facts in your state. What's going to happen? You need a plan in place. What is going to happen to me when I come to the age where I can't take care of myself? What you need to put your plan in place. And you need to check with a lawyer to make sure you know exactly what's going to happen. Are they going to take my life insurance? Are they going to take I have dividends in my life insurance right now. Should I take them out? All the facts. You need to meet with the lawyer and get all your ducks in a row for your future. If you're 50 years old, you need to do the same thing. You need your ducks in a row. And I feel like that God has allowed all these things to happen because he loves us. I feel like he loves you. And I feel like he, instead of me sitting here going, oh God, my life is terrible, blah, 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 blah. Thank God I have enough counseling under my belt to go, okay, what am I supposed, I need to look within. Is this me over exaggerating? I need to break this down. What am I supposed to be learning? What am I supposed to talk about on Mondays and Wednesdays? These are hard subjects to talk about. Like, what? God, use me. Here I am. Use me in a way to glorify you. What do I need to be talking about? What do I need to be doing? Don't let Judy talk. You talk through me. Tell me what I'm supposed to say. And I will tell you, most mornings, I have no idea what's coming out of my mouth. I can kind of have a subject that I want to talk about because I don't want to come here and just dumbfounded. So I have a subject of what I want to talk about. But I hope that the words that I say to you, I hope that you know, first of all, that I love you. I don't go live for necessarily, I go live because I love you. I don't care if I ever, like, like a lot of creators, go, I'm not going live anymore because I don't get paid. A lot of creators are like that. I'll just take my $7. Me and Kayla laugh because I make about $7 off my lives. It's so funny. But I'm like, of course, as a creator, you're trying to figure out how to pay for what you love. You are. But that's not my goal. Like, I'm still going, if God took my $7 away, I'm not coming on here and going, okay, y'all, just want to let you know, Facebook canned me. I'm not getting paid no more, and I'm not putting out content if I'm not getting paid. That is not me. If God took my $7 away from me that I make off of live, I ain't going anywhere. Because it's not about a dollar figure. It's about God's, let me think how I want to say this. I'm not, how, like, if you don't have a relationship with God, it's hard to understand talking to someone that doesn't talk back. You're like, I don't hear anything. Why should I pray? I don't hear anything. I feel like God puts people in our lives to talk, for him to talk through us. And sometimes, how sometimes you show up and you're like, I don't know how I found you because you live so far away from me, but God brought us together. That's how I feel. I feel like God brought us together. And I believe that we are in a world of nothing but sin and corrupt, but there's a lot of good too. And I think sometimes we just need someone to hold our hand to tell us that we're not alone. And I feel like that so many times as we get older, we start withdrawing, meaning we don't like crowds. We want to sit inside all that. We're tired. We don't, and we feel alone. A lot of elderly people feel so alone. Their families passed on. They feel alone. And I pray, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for social media that I don't have to feel alone and you don't have to feel alone when you come here on Monday and Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m. because we're all in this together. We're all trying to figure out this world. We're all trying to figure out how to survive with everything. And every one of us go through chaos. Maybe my chaos is more than yours. I don't know. But we all go through it. But having a friendship and a safe place to come to know that you're not alone, and believe it or not, even when there's total chaos, when you're the best version of yourself is when you can stop in the middle of chaos and go, dear Jesus, if I get one more negative message, I'm gonna just scream. Because I was getting to the point where I was about to go off. I was about to go off. And then God reminded me of his goodness every time my phone went off. He reminded me that he was here with me, going through this with Larry. He's taking care of me. He's taking care of Kayla. He's taking care of this farm. And everything's going to be okay. And being able to see that when you're in the middle of chaos is you working towards the best version of yourself. So today is hump day. Go put you on some shiny earrings and make yourself feel beautiful. And okay, if you're a man, you don't feel beautiful, right? You feel handsome, and don't put on shiny earrings. I don't know. Whatever it takes for you to be the best version of yourself today and put a smile on your face, whether it's take a shower, blow dry your hair, I don't know, put on something cute, whatever it takes to make yourself feel good. So today you have choices. Every day we have choices. We do. We choose whatever we do. We have the choice of making a good decision or a bad decision. So you can sit it out or you can dance. And today I hope you dance. I will see y'all Monday. I love you guys. It's going to be raining really bad today, tomorrow, and Friday. So be praying for us farmers in the Alabama. Pray that we get through this weather. All right. See you guys later. Love you. Bye.